What have you heard in the press today? Time for press review. Call us on 0212-617140
or send us a message on 0971 555 885.
Press review from 13:30 to 14 hours. What have you heard in the press today?
It's a lovely good afternoon to you. Welcome to your press review. It's the Tuesday edition of it. And well, it comes your way every Monday to Friday. And well, in this week, it happens to be the second edition of it. It's the 24th day in the month of June 2025. And well, you and I will have the next 30 minutes to ourselves with regards to the press reviews that we've seen in the tabloids and other media outlets. Now, for you to get in touch with me, you'll be getting in touch with me on 0955-855-953, 076-89122 is for your text messages. My name is Victor Mwanza. We go straight into the calls. Obviously, they've started coming in, and people already want to talk to us. Good afternoon. Hi, who do we have on the line?
Hello, Mwanza. Mwanza bwana.
Bwino tasebenza randama ntikamara beve aba.
Inde Lupando kundola.
Balupando ati balupando ndani?
Baobati Lupando.
Baobati Lupando munga tipase press review yanu.
Ine press review yanga amene nikambapo ni amene twanzera ti former president Barungu bawafikira ku South Africa. Chilifye bwino filafine ba Mwanza. Waona kumverana ni kwa mushe. So mapolitician ukazimverana che. Next mzambira na benangu atia ile zivasikira kuno ku Zambia tifuna tuende usikira kwa mene wapo na bafamili. So kumfana kusuma kozi kyala leta penturu bundi muchalu efi. Ukala mona nomba udi hoita kura panga dizile ni atushikyo. Ifyo tafileyano kuya pantanshine chalo kesu. Turese banya fe chalo. So balungu nani kane mubili wabo urade mtiburi. Nako yaku ine kudifye buino kairi padi sana mpika hapa. So this not control ke shofine bonse basuminishani active shofine na active shofine. Bibika pwefi akulanda. Kisha kwewa tiyo chabe. Awe. Nachi kwa ni shofine. Pati chipereri apatene ba politician mure umpwa.
Thank you very much for coming through. 0955-855-953. Now, Infrastructure Minister Charles Milupi says that people should be fair in how they judge President Hakainde Hichilema regarding former President Edgar Lungu's funeral, as he has been sympathetic and fatherly. Milupi added that it is not too late for the Lungu family to re-evaluate their decision to bury him in South Africa. 0955-855-953. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you, sir?
Very fine, thank you. Who do we have on the line?
Okay, Mr. Christopher Kabwela.
Mr. Christopher Kabwela, kindly go ahead, please.
Mbaye na tosera nendefa yokubula poine ya ku yetwangu fido kwa Edgar Lungu kuba shikira ku South Africa. Elo nomba version tembo baishirela ndoko bachawe ngatwashikira ku South Africa ife ngatwapita kwisa mukushure chitumbi no kuleta mu Zambia. So ikichirerangiriro kwebati balungu tabafuire wino aho bafuira mu mino yaba politician kwena tabarekota konenso nisha kulanda ukwebati ngatwapita tukesa shure chitumbi tukarete muno. So next year campaign yabo message campaign bakwete kubo mse mubiri wa balungu kwena awa babantu nshishibe mwamonene. So ishirenzo sero shirashirena ngafyo kwebati balungu tabafuire wino aho. So na tusambirira ko poyena Zambia kwebati kweno kulekira ichiriro muri ba politician ni shiwa irufi afye wemwe na tesera.
Coming through, good afternoon to you. Now in some SMSs. Good afternoon, Victor Moses Chansa from Chililawombwe. My PR is on what I heard on iWave Radio in Chingola. Afternoon news today. Jerabos have rioted in Chingola after Mines Minister cancelled what was announced by Chipoka Mlenga on Saturday of giving them back Senseli mine. This is what confusion can do. The ministers were supposed to coordinate this very will because it is very sensitive issue which one can just wake up and cancel. 0955-855-953. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, thank you. Who do we have on the line?
Mr. BK on the line.
Mr. BK, kindly give us your real names.
Mr. Brian Kamawe.
Mr. Brian Kamawe, kindly go ahead, please.
Thank you so much, my brother. And of course, and you know, we did the tip, this news, 1945. Run on for the government, I think yakutotera kuteko kiro kubanga mwati muone kuteko government ko voisira amali tayari zibonse bali bachita kiriyo tundalama so neshe dovati baba pera bengi dubari pano ku bali chicha lero kuchita tukuru pora kwati bapokere tindalama bashibomcheko bwino kutunga bwino abana abakwati bo basha doti bambokumfati yo nke bapere tata bashani tabana chani bashite kuti mafamu tafiro ko bali limako kutomato bakapeti bali bachita ko mukalazi. I think he persevered, my brother. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for coming through. 0955-855-953 is the number that you're calling us on. Good afternoon, Sun FM. My PR comes from news from various media platforms where it was reported that Chingola lawmaker handed over Senseli mine site to Jerobo's amidst jubilation to the residents of the mining town. It was later overturned by Mines Minister. Chingola people, please. It is not too long ago when more than 30 Jerobos were trapped at the same place, which took more than 3 months to retrieve some of them. Let us stop politicizing life and death. This is true memory. Young Koko. Justo from Ndola. Thank you very much for coming through, and good afternoon to you. Good afternoon. Who do we have on the line?
Good day. Lipesha Dennis within Ndola.
Mr. Lipesha Dennis, kindly go ahead, please.
Mine is on ZNBC one. We've been watching about 3 mother bodies, CTZ and the president. A bloom tree as such, so people are still waiting. But the president watch Rondola, this one is the one who has died with immunity. Number ama leaders, the other churches, why last than then misleading people. President, the public, the Walenga. Tabeshi when I say Piakoyali, Nashani, so you guys never meet that. Try to educate one to one. This one never Basharila, you know something even more, but try to educate. Children to start divide. Let's balance differences and buy EPO. Let's educate about the Zambia and then we unite later on.
All right. On to you now. Good afternoon, Sun FM. My PR is from Radio Chimwemwe newspaper peak, where government have started paying former workers of Zampost their pension money. This is a welcome move. Kudos to government. John from Kalulushi. Good afternoon to you, John, and thank you very much for sending us that text message. 0955-855-953 is the number that you are sending us your text messages on. On some more stories that we have, Commerce and Trade Industry Minister Chipoka Mlenga is urging economist market players to reduce commodity price, citing consistent drop in fuel price and kwacha appreciation over the last 3 months. Good afternoon. Very fine, thank you. Who do we have on the line and where are you calling us from?
I'm calling you from Zini friendly city Dora. I'm Joseph Fumbe.
Your name again?
John Joseph Fumbe.
Kindly go ahead, please.
Koba zesko ba ili situation ya mara safi tena tuleta sapati cho bakonga nyepo otherwise tulefa amara yeraya abantu babombeko baba masaluni kuna badira sana so apa twatasho kuteko bukonga nyepo and then leo inatumfide yaba ya kushika umubili waba head of state ba former head of state na yena itine bakonga nyepo process otherwise body bakarete ko.
Thank you very much for coming through. And well, in some more stories, some of you didn't vote well in 2021. That's why you haven't benefited from empowerment funds that are being provided by CEEC. Small and Medium Enterprise Minister Elias Mubanga told Lumezi residents. Now, Mubanga says it will be difficulty for Lumezi residents to access empowerment funds from government if they do not vote for UPND candidate in the upcoming Lumezi by-election. 0955-855-953. This is a story and a half. You're definitely coming through on that number. Well, we lost you, but you can send us a text message as well on 076-89122, and we'll be more than glad to accommodate you on this platform. 0955-855-953 is the number that you are calling us on. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, thank you. Who do we have on the line?
This is Mishek calling you from Ndora. I'm still concerned to be specific about Sungawino voters.
Mishek, we care to receive your full names. It's Mishek who again?
Mishek from Ndola.
Mishek from Ndola, but it's Mishek who? Abantu bale idishanya tamlepera ama full names. Mishek Simuntala, kindly go ahead, please.
Thank you. And definitely the first body yawa for my job state to go Shikra South Africa. You refer with 100%. Poture support. Mishtai Kafka, Evakava Weshako. And in Sendanda Kwe na Chofa Kumere Nyamu, Koba President Wachkumanya United Church of Zambia. Kulanda Padin for former head of state. Koba Sarando Kutira, our former head of state Tababa Poker immunity. Number. Ushe tureranda papa ni immunity no tureranda pakuba twara ko hospital chimono vyoga turesungo mwana kupanganda panture musunga ngaro ara no mutwara ko hospital so chiri important nishi che kumusunga no kumutwara ko hospital ngaro so ngawale musungo mwana no mutwara ko hospital afuira na no upanganda ni chapali vyo wale musunga musunga bueno muntu kumutwara ko hospital so that ngapora so thank you so much.
Thank you very much for coming through and giving us your press review. And in some more text messages, hi Sun FM, my PR is unwarranted growing seed of hatred and division amongst political players and the citizens. This is a time to stand in unity and for purpose, as we are under the umbrella One Zambia, One Nation. Therefore, let us safeguard our peace and steer our nation to greater heights. I'm Brian Chama. Good afternoon, Brian, and thank you very much for getting in touch with us. Good afternoon.
This is Olas Ligandagandamiji. I am calling from Mbeke Township here in Dola, and my press review is from ZNBC main news, where it was reported that President Hakainde Hichilema has actually maintained that former President Edgar Lungu must be buried in Zambia and given full military honor. I totally support with this statement from Hakainde Hichilema, because Hakainde Hichilema cannot be sidelined from this funeral. He is the commander-in-chief for the armed forces, just like former President Edgar Lungu. It is actually a sad day to see a former president being married in a foreign country. I am not in support of this decision by the Patriotic Front under the leadership of under the leadership of Luwinda, to make this decision by burying our beloved.
Coming through in some health news, the Ministry of Health is inviting applications from suitable, qualified and experienced candidates to fill the vacant position of Director General at the Zambia Medicine and Medical Supply Agency, ZAMSA. The position was previously held by Victor Nyasulu. Ministry of Health Permanent Secretary for Technical Services, Kenneth Lishimpi, says the job purpose is to oversee the procurement, storage and distribution of quality and cost-effective medical and medical supplies to all public health facilities in the country. 0955-855-953. Now, if you think you can fill up that position, it's a go-ahead. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, thank you.
I'm calling from Mwansha.
Can you go ahead, please?
Yes, I think whatever decisions that are being made, it's not the Patriotic Front, it's the family. If I listen so well, there was a program Yaka Costa for Prime TV where they featured one of the bishops. An agreement was made and we were given a date at 18th inch body ISA. Both parties, the government and the family, they agreed. Then later on, one of the parties, Ralisa Chinjama goalpost, that led to the body not to come back. So that thing is straightforward. It's not the family, it's not Makebi Zuru, it's just a sports person or family. If you want to feel it, it's decision you have a family. They haven't one can. Then he died with immunity. It's very true. But the way he was being treated, it's not what immunity. Mundeke kula mkanyo kumanya na bali bonsa kumanya kwa bishop baya nyamba chasha ni muntu na ba freedom. So it's more or less like where he was going to lose that immunity.
955-855-953 is the number that you are calling us on, and was 076-89-122 is the number that you're sending us those text messages. The Drug Enforcement Commission, DEC, and the Road Transport and Safety Agency, RATSA, have signed a Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, to enhance the fight against crime. This MOU will enable DEC to have real-time access to information on vehicles used in crime activity, or rather in criminal activities. 0955-855-953. Good afternoon.
The good moderator, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, thank you. Who do we have on the line?
You are talking to Voice of Rapura. Ili show Oscar Chense nde tumira pa friend receipt in dollar.
Kindly go ahead, Mr. Oscar.
Thank you very much. Therefore, kutacha urukutarwa United Church of Zambia wachiwa state house uko vepwisha ma question yali kanalekana. Ivyo chifireta bamwe bachechi no chukumoneka olubali na ngulumo ko mufinini yawe apa kuipusha kateka mwamwe pusha to apa ntanshibisa kabusungu. Then mukulekereza ni nachumfa ko yangeni radio uko nachumfa ko wati ababa molini mabonga baba pera beo no tundalama tumo ivyo chifireta abamu kwa yapa aba ukutasha mukulekeresha ngumbo radio yalando ko bati abali yamaweka zinaba baperenda lama baba kuposti na shani baba rero kwa panze kurusaka yaba given ubinda bali bachibi ba justice minister so to atotera mukwa ipamwa mwa poke mpia chibompeni bwino imwe wansombiro muno ati amakabera ati kentu amakabera satpale pam.
Thank you very much for coming through. Now in some more text messages. Hi Sun FM radio and TV staff, my PR comes from ZNBC News. My heartfelt condolences goes to the family of a Zambian soldier who died in peacekeeping mission, Leones Chungu, Mpongwe town. 0955-855-953. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my brother.
Good afternoon, thank you. Who do we have on the line?
Johnny Ngoma Nangu Bashmalan.
Bashmalan Nangu Badoni Ngoma Ngabako Nyampo Mkwai.
Mkwai ndipo kuranda po nati kwa jini kisi wachigirengia waka inje kwa watu wachichapu kwa watu washike walungu mzambi. Kwa haikuwa mamo nini ataka watu mwai katana mwalansha nyabuno wino ule muntu wa Muzambia ule nga tuwe tama politiki taka lipengwa mamo nini atilisi nga balansha nyabuno wino ule muntu wa mshika Muzambia ma politiki takaba kunga tuwa mshika mambo nga kwa watu
ababala ndesi e problem iko mu Zambia yini abina Zambia bonse bati mwana mtu wonse tekwa taludi nawo position bonse bakati mwana mu bachesi bakena bakati mwana mu omuni sisi nataka tukuranishanyo umuntu amushije mu Zambia sako ampoti tekaiza itapala ya kwa bati bakitreje umuntu onjadishibesho lero ngatakuwa umuntu ngana kwa musikeni kule musemulande nani kusayini.
Thank you very much for coming through. And well, in some more text messages. Good afternoon, Mr. Mwanza. My PR is on what I heard at the that the former head of state, Dr. Isiel, will be buried in South Africa, Johannesburg. It is a welcome move. Otherwise, the confusion could have not stopped. And I'm appealing to everyone in the in politics to love one another. I'm Daliso Piri from within Ndola, Bonamkubwa area. Thank you very much, Daliso, for letting us know that you are listening as well. 0955-855-953. Mines and Minerals Development Minister Paul Kabuswe has dismissed reports that government has authorized mining activities at Sanseli Mine in Chingola, citing that the ministry is engaging with the owners to ensure all activities are formalized. 0955-855-953. Good afternoon.
Yes, my brother, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, thank you. Who do we have on the line?
Thank you very much. Precious is Akira Titwe.
Kindly go ahead, please. Bashi, Precious Ishna Dunia Parage Nimova Nanet. Gabakonga Nyapunko Bachirufia.
Mkwai. Now, that's when our former president. It was actually and the cool weather in DC, where the president, the current one, but the radical on board the from my eyes from Zambia. But the current one, ever to village Pangano. It's around Pakuvara, Ukushika, Kushika, my lumber. The current one, Wadi, the Valifai Bakaveko, Lelo. That's why Bafwa president to align themselves. But I so the current one will to blame. I'm talking to Zambia.
All right. Listen, just to clarify this, obviously, with regards to the president, insisting that he's supposed to be at the funeral of the president. It is definitely by law that the sitting president, should preside over the funeral of the former head of state. There is no such a funeral that can be presided without the former head, the current head of state. That is just one thing you need to know. There is no such a country that such a thing that you are talking about would have happened. Now, government has released 30 million kwacha to facilitate the payment of Zampo's retirees. In a statement issued by the Zambia Postal Services Corporation, Zampost, on Monday, the disbursement represented the second phase of payment aimed at clearing outstanding dues to former employees. 0955-855-953 is the number that you're calling us on. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, thank you. Who do we have on the line?
I'm Marama from Kasombale.
Kindly go ahead, please.
Yeah, my press review ni pari nenkani abai berungu kubashikira ku South Africa. Awe na barufana sana. Yale foi kama Zambia na bakotere nawe na bakota ko chance ya kusabashikira kuno. And then atubenga program ya mairo foi kabe ya South Africa. So vamakedi zuri fa bateko update na tumona takudi board viewing. Sino board viewing. Amba wai takwa kabere board viewing. Ote fo apona tusharira ko fo eba mbina tusharira ko. Fo katwa mona ko fena board viewing na ma picture wa Edgar Lungu mbogosh. Amba no board viewing. Why? Batwebe kuna pen up.
Thank you very much for coming through. 0955-855-953 is the number that you're calling us on, and give us your press review on this platform. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Thank you. Who do we have on the line?
Mr. Jubek Mrosi Masad Boma.
Kindly go ahead, please.
Thank you. Nanes president yakulu former president yabayashi. Isituyabufuna mona ine. Mapodisi yangira muri wa former president abantu babashingurukire evasebane chiko cha president vantu vapresident avo vaitekera chao cha Zambia vantu vari vose mwamona tekwa sometimes kusafafula kwate kuvafuri kwatekuvekera avo vapresident vafuma president vaitekera chao muno muzambia nokushikwa vashikura muno mwine kwenga kushikwa mapresident avo yavo mwamona techimonika muno kwate vachi kuSouth Africa nangu pano noai chintu ichi vipire mwamona tevirikwa mapolisi muchio chavadika lungu avo wonse tulelira vaitekesha vaidika lungu koko vatonso mutu vamutekere nangu no opposition vari mutekere. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much for coming through. And boy, in some more stories, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres has condemned attacks by unidentified armed elements that resulted in a death of a Zambian peacekeeper and the injury of others in the Central African Republic. In a statement issued by the spokesperson to the UN Secretary General Stefan Dujarric, it was stated that the attack happened on the 20th of June along Biro Ama Dofako Axio in Vangaga. This is in a story where a Zambian soldier has died in car. 0955-855-953. We lost you, but you can call us back and we'll be more than glad to accommodate you. This is Press Review. It's 13:55 on Sun FM Radio and TV, and we're also live on our frequencies along the line of rail, and also you can catch us on DSTV. That's channel 916, Go TV on 302. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, thank you. Who do we have on the line?
Yeah, the voice of the voices, Mr. Shepard, calling from Ndora.
Kindly go ahead, please.
Thank you so much. My press review is what I heard on Sun FM News, today's paper, where we have heard that the Zampos workers will be receiving their dues, their retirees. I just want to thank the government, from some province, you know, our Zampos workers are for the past 10 years. Now this time around we haven't heard more retirees complaining from the time when the UPNP government came to power. So I think these are some of the promises that the government made by UPNP, but retirees so simwepindi kwena balesikilisha iyo balesikilisha kya msango kubombesha kwati bamono kwati pindi kya kilisho so kuba Zampos workers babaphe wonke amalidali bali bapakenzisa amapaketi yabo so that umuntu ngatshale okunto apho kodwa ambe ayabathetho athi kwatuvuka.
Thank you very much for coming through. 0955-855-953. We do have it about 2 minutes before we call it a wrap on your press review. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Victor Maumbashan.
Nkwaita wamba fyabuno nwanto ndana mena.
Veronica Chira Wombwe and Mapar.
Ngaba konkanya pomkwai.
You na ile didi media shide yango muliro ndaba wetu kuchikwa kulia au yataidi buno tayiwe mena ngufano no. Nanga baikele panshi bala nshanya kibwino. No tukosha state mokosha femitima achikabalale kuja kuine yawe na ibipata iwe mei mwandini oro vote ndeta kuri kindu sasa mazanweni ze taburi kushamira mukabachusha ba Victor.
Thank you very much for coming through, and well, we get to accommodate one more caller and we'll call it a wrap for today's edition of Press Review. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Mwasonda calling from Kawe.
Kind of go ahead, please.
Ndasenda pale mwachiverenga yaba Erasmus vanga yakweva tabapuna ntabasadire buyo mu 2021 jabachiranda ba Erasmus vanga kuchita divide chalo whether mwasala wa opposition bafure bachita benefit empowerment ya citizen empowerment beto ti eva lerengo kula chita divide chalo fidi in democratic towa bate one party state yako batu wasala si abantu bamove n'kusana kimwe kimwe kufire twasala omwakusana kusana ma leaders n'abantu fyafina kuma constituency indalama zikwire shaterwa ngakira abakuru ba John Mwambazi ko kunani kumtola kubwana mkubwa banafuka empowerment nomba abakuru mezi kuti wakata cyane kufuka empowerment atanti mwadisala rongo kurusha n'cyo bare kitaba politician eba rengere president ngo nobu bose kuto abalungu Tapusha mkwanyabo msonda mwafiko mkawo.
Thank you very much for coming through and being our last call. And our last story is a female police officer has died after being hit by a tipper truck at a police checkpoint in Livingston. Those are some of the stories that has made today's press review. And thank you very much to everybody who came through and participated on this platform. My name is Victor Mwanza. Till then, we cross over to our Russian counterparts on RT. Good afternoon for now.
This is Sun FM. It's 2 p.m.
Sun FM.